Combat in Skyrim is ridiculously mid. Whether you're slashing through Nazim, or slashing through Nazim, or slashing through Nazim. I won't show you the vanilla combat in the game now because it would make both of us very dizzy. But you probably already know how mid it is, which is why you clicked on this video. So let's get to slashing. So how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Skyrim video. This is probably one of my biggest videos to date, so I really expect you to grab your snacks. Come on, you have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3. We're going to start today's video with the mods that will change the base combat in the game. Obviously, we will have to start by mentioning combat gameplay Overhaul. When this mod came out, people went crazy. It's an amazing mod that we will use as a base for everything that has responsive dodges, procedural leaning, where the top half of your body and your bottom half will act separately, allowing for more movement opportunities. Grip changing, meaning you can use a one-handed weapon with 2 hands and vice versa. Combat in the fucking air, you can be like Goku and have those weird fights while being 20 feet above ground, or 20,000 feet above ground, and many more changes. Now in my opinion, if you want to add one mod to overhaul the whole combat, I think this would be the one. But I'm a greedy boy, so I'm gonna add a lot more shit to the game. Then we will have archery gameplay overhaul. Personally, I'm not a big fan of bows. I know, the sneaky archer memes don't apply to me. I do feel left out, to be honest. But if you do, this mod adds many changes to bow gameplay, such as new animations, enchanted arrows, bleeding and whatever, and an overall feel of using bow that is improved. We should also get a third-person camera overhaul that makes the third-person camera be usable. Because let's be honest, the third-person camera that Bethesda made is absolutely garbage. This mod will allow you to move more around the screen, allowing for a more modern RPG feel, which is what we're aiming for in this video. Next up, we got hit spot. This mod makes you stop a little bit after a successful hit and also makes the camera shake and have a slight blur effect, making your hits feel more like they matter. Cause in real life, when you hit something, the impact would make you stop. When you hit something, you don't just go flinching. Will make your enemies flinch when you hit them. Super easy to explain, and it makes sense. Similarly to when you hit something, you have to stop for a second. It's the same as when you get hit. Sometimes you'll have a lot of enemies running at you. Sometimes taking them one by one is not an option. And sometimes is a song by Britney Spears. This is why I have Elder Souls Sweep Attack Standalone. You can now hit multiple enemies at once, just like you used to be able in Witcher 1. Has anyone ever played that game? Am I the only one here? True Directional Movement is a mod that makes your movement more free, with true 360 degrees movement that will allow you to easily run away from enemies, a target lock function, a head tracking system that might or might not work, and the mod also adds projectile tracking because let's be honest, aiming sucks and you do need some aimbot. Don't lie to me. Or maybe aiming is not the problem, maybe I am. This mod, however, makes the game feel more like a game and less like torture. Okay, I'm kidding, but it's a great improvement. This is a huge piece of my new combat system, and I would never want to play without it again. Along with that, I would add Vigor Enhanced Combat, a mod that adds more weight to combat where your stamina would be affected every time you hit, block, and many more. This would make you think about every single one of your attacks and make the game more challenging. NPCs will also now have potions and they will use them in combat, and there's an optional armor system plugin as well where any damage below a certain threshold of the armor would be ignored, which is also kind of realistic. If you were to hit me with a feather and I had a full-on chest plate, that would not hurt. That would not take 0.05 of my health. I don't care. This mod adds quite a bit to the game and makes it a little more challenging, so you don't think that I made it all super easy peasy because I installed true directional movement earlier. I suggest you check out the mod page actually, because it adds a lot of changes, so I'm not gonna spend all the time in the video to talk about them. And lastly, for the combat base, it's not really combat, but it kind of plays a part. I have better jumping that allows the player to run and jump all at the same time. And also higher jumping, because in vanilla your character can barely jump over tree branches. I mean, without this mod it's just embarrassing. With all these mods combined, you can already see that the combat feels so much smoother. True directional movement was one of the main missing pieces from my original combat video, and I'm really glad that I got to fix it that way. Now, one thing you can note is that you can sort of cheese the combat using the dodge roll from CGO along with the aiming and target locking from TDM. You can basically just instantly get behind your enemy, avoid most attacks if you're quick enough, and hit in the back. Now, I wouldn't have the backstabbing mod installed because that would make the game a little bit too easy, and while I am a pussy in the games, that would be cheating basically. It would be as if I were to play in God mode, which is definitely not something I do when I film the Skyrim videos. And this will be it for the base mods. I am already exhausted of talking, but we're not even halfway there. I hope you got your snacks at the beginning of the video, because otherwise you would die. And now we will focus on some mods that will change the enemies and their behavior. We will start with mortal enemies. Remember when I told you that you needed aimbot? Well, that's because your enemies had it all along. But that's okay, because this mod removes it. Oh, what's that? You think that will put you at a huge advantage? You're wrong. Shut up. You're wrong. While you do have the ability to dodge arrows now, you'll still have to put up with the other mods on the list. This mod also imposes some limits to the enemy movement that makes them more realistic while attacking, removes aimbot for ranged and melee basically. And now that you made your game a little bit easier, let's fuck it up a little bit. Ultimate combat will make the enemies seem like they have a strategy against you, as their attacks will vary, and you will not only have to block and dodge their attacks, but also guess what will come next. Their whole behavior will change, and they're essentially smarter now. If you're also wondering where this cool white swing effect came from, it's from this mod. Honestly, this should be the main reason why anyone would download this mod, to be honest, because it does make the game pretty hard. But the swing effect, ooh, so nice. Oh, what's that? It's not hard enough for you since you're an alpha gamer? Get Wildcat then. I double dare you. This mod will make you wish you never started playing Skyrim, and that's a good thing. The mod will make everything, and I mean everything, more dangerous. It adds injuries, and the AI will be more aggressive. It will add that extra realistic and immersive challenge that Skyrim needed from the beginning, and if you think it's too hard, you can just play on Novice. But this mod is still pretty useful because it makes the enemies make more sense. They'll act less like stupid pieces of code. And now let's focus a bit on animations. I will have two sections in this video talking about animations, and the one that's coming up right now will focus more on the base. The one at the end of the video will be more specific, where you will have to go on the Nexus to explore a little bit before downloading, because your taste might differ from mine. Starting up super strong with Dynamic Animations Replacer, also known as DAR, or DAR I guess. This mod acts as a base that makes a lot of other animation mods possible. This includes JSerpa mods, for example. I don't have much to say about it since every Skyrim YouTuber and their moms reviewed this last year when it came out, but you absolutely need it for some animations to work properly. Then we have Dynamic Animation Replacer Multiple Power Attacks Animation. It's a long name for a mod, but it's quite simple. It allows for diverse power attacks. It kind of says in the name. Then, again, as a base, for animations that I will talk about afterwards, I have Pretty Combat Animations. This mod will overhaul most of the combat animations in the game, including the idles when you have your weapon in hand and stuff. This mod has been around since I started modding, and it's been a pretty solid classic. The only reason I will overwrite some of the animations later is that I just want new freshness into my game. But if you just want one animation mod to overhaul basically everything, this would be it. Now's your chance. Get it. It's in the description, like every other mod. Now, going into the most section of the video. I didn't know how to call this section because I just have two mods that I really wanted to include in the video, but I just had no idea where to place them, so I just made the section. So this is it. I'm going to start with Sky HUD. This mod does quite a bit to the HUD, or the HUD, but I always call it HUD. And in very short, it just makes the game feel more modern. With a slick compass, less intrusive HUD overall, and all those goodies that a modern game would have. Because while the HUD in Skyrim is iconic, it's dated. And next up we have Ordinator. This mod I really enjoy since it changes the perk system to not only make it more customizable, but it basically makes Skyrim feel like Skyrim 2. Who cares about Elder Scrolls 6? This is Skyrim 2. The system itself is the same. You choose a perk from a skill tree and so on, but there are new paths now and everything feels so much more impactful. If you've been modding your game for a while, you already know this mod, and I won't talk about it too much. I just wanted to mention it here, and it's also in the description. It's a great mod. And lastly, the sexy part of the video. This is it. Specific animations. Let's go. Why am I looking there? The camera's over here. Now, these are super cool animation mods that work with Dynamic Animation Replacer, and it makes the movement feel smooth. Because all of them, most of them, come from the Smooth Animation collection. We're starting off with Smooth Random Jump Animation. Well, this mod doesn't only add one, but a few jump animations that randomly alternate. That's why it's called random. It's not because it looks random, they actually do get randomized, which was very confusing when I downloaded the mod for the first time. I was like, what? It's a random mod animation? Like, what does that mean? But no, it's actually a good thing. Because in real life, you don't just jump like this, but also like that, and like that. Also, for all these mods, I won't be praising the actual animation quality because they're all smooth as hell. That's why it's called smooth. Next up would be Smooth Non-Combat Animation for better idols for multiple weapons. Quite a bit of weapons. This is a relaxed yet more powerful stance. I myself will be focusing a lot on one-handed weapons, mostly swords, because that's simply my weapon of choice in basically any game. But I'll sprinkle some of the other weapon types in here for you diverse people with diverse tastes. I got you. Here's me sprinkling. Smooth Random Blocking Animation has the same concept as the jumping animation, except we're in the Temple of Kinnereth. Because we reviewed a mod here last video, and I want to keep it consistent. Also, this mod allows Morgana to dance. The next mod is for you arcane arts nerds. Smooth Staff Animation will make Morgana hold the Wabbajack like I wish she would hold me. I want to be held close so I feel safe because there's a harsh world out there. And I wish I could just have someone to hold close. But putting all emotions aside, I really like these shots I took. The mod is super great for cinematics. And speaking of arcane arts, the next mod is also related. Cause I have Smooth Magic Idol Animations. This just looks freaking cool. Holding magical balls of magical stuff has never looked better. Also, look how cool this is. The ball moves around and stuff. This is pretty cool. If one of you makes a joke in the comments saying that Morgana likes to play with balls, I'll be super freaking mad. Like, for honestly, no, it would be funny, but don't do it. Don't do it. Let's keep it PG. All right. And if you've been wondering why Morgana runs like that, yes, that's a mod. But Christian, what's the name of it? Lil Timmy, we've been reviewing smooth mods for the past few minutes or so. I think you should know what the name of it is. But I really like how smooth this feels, and jumping while sprinting is also really, really nice and really realistic. I like it. And now we're done with the smooth series, at least for this video. There are a few more you can check out, and I'm inviting you to check out SkySA's page on the Nexus, because the mods there are absolute quality. But lastly, I will have attack animations and moveset. A mod I reviewed in the past, almost exactly a year ago actually. This mod makes the attack animations more realistic and less like you're cutting through butter. And now with all these, we're ready to fight and have a great time. Now that I helped you find these mods, I need your help with something. I have not installed Nemesis or SkySA in the past, and both of these mods are really cool for custom animations and custom movesets. I tried looking up in the past how to install them, but I might be a boomer. I find it really confusing, not gonna lie. If any of you can find a tutorial video that uses Vortex, please send it my way, because that'd be really helpful. The second thing you can do is also try to motivate me to just at least try. And just tell me you won't watch my videos anymore if I don't have Nemesis installed. That would work. So yeah, thanks for helping your boy Nariva out. I want to introduce something new that I'll start making on my videos. For now, I'll call it Morgana's Chronicles. I'll stop talking and let the adventure begin. And on that note, I want to thank everyone for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did, leaving a like would be very appreciated, and also subscribe if you're not already. That'd be really cool. Just saying. I don't usually say it, but here you go. I worked a lot on this video. Please don't do anything. thanks for the support lately, and I'm really excited to make more Skyrim videos lately. The more time passes, I feel like the more I actually enjoy making these videos, and the more I try new things, which is why I had the Morgana Chronicles thing. I hope you enjoyed that. That took a long time, and I'm really proud of it, honestly. I'm probably one of the randomest Skyrim YouTubers out there. I mean, who else has a talking bamboo? Robert, if you don't shut up, I'll tape your face. I haven't done a comment shoutout for the past 3 videos, I think. I'm sorry, I actually forgot about them. But I keep calling them mandatory comment shoutouts. I always forget about them, so we're gonna do 3 right now. Let's go. Let's do it fast. So first of all, we got Sean Paul saying, sorry, I didn't watch the premiere. I just hate watching premieres. That's so alright, man. I don't mind. I really don't mind. I'm super glad you're enjoying the videos no matter what, and I know you've been a regular on the channel for quite a long time, and I won't take it personally, like, that's fine. But for those who do come to the premiere, if you're watching the premiere right now, what's up? I'm really excited to do them. I feel like I'm discovering premieres like years after it came out. It's interesting. It's an interesting thing. I like doing it, yeah. Next up would be Mad Monsieur. This is the first video that I've seen from you, but I absolutely love your energy and the style of your videos. You kind of remind me of MXR when he used to make mod reviews almost daily. Anyways, I'm a sub, but keep making those awesome videos, mate. Great comment, made me feel amazing. Thank you. I'm really excited that new people are joining every single time. I feel like I'm repeating myself every single video, but it's really cool. Thank you very much. Welcome to the channel, get comfy, enjoy your stay. Unless you didn't get your snacks at the beginning of the video like I told you to. In that case, I hope you had a horrible time. And lastly, I'm gonna get Skyrim Victor. I think that's sour cream. And this is from my cooking mods video. And I do think you are correct. I feel like I'm just blind and stupid. That might have been sour cream. And if you have no context, I'm not giving you any. You don't deserve it. Just go watch that video and you'll get it. I already told you what name it is, so that's it. On that note, thank you very much. You guys are awesome. Take care. Yeah. I'm gonna need you to throw boba. You throw it hard in my face, like hard. You actually try to, okay? So I loaded up this older game called Skyrim. I started making videos people be admiring. Well, on one hand it gets pretty tough. I can't help to admit that it's some really cool stuff. I get back in the game after I played so many times. I thought it would get boring after committing so many crimes. Did you know the River Chicken is considered a person? Now that's a dumb feature that ruins my immersion.